as I said, my base in India was in Jorhat, near Jorhat, a little town. And we were up in Upper Assam, and at that time, the Chinese could be friendly, they could be communist, they could be part of the ones who were working with Vinegar Joe Stilwell. You just didn't know. And for some reason, they had the administrators of the camp, the CO and his staff, they decided that there's a group of Chinese there. They had been loading material. They were the ones who loaded our planes when we went to fly the hump, bring our, as I mentioned, the gasoline drums and the ammunition and whatever. But they were trusted to load the planes, but somehow someone got the idea that among these there were some traitors, maybe communists for all we knew. So he put them under arrest, and they had to be guarded. And they used the officers and the navigators, and I guess pilots, to guard them. And so I was on a guard detail one night, and I was sitting, here's the scene. There was a tent, a pup tent. In it were several Chinese prisoners. And they were laughing and having fun. And there was an electric bulb in there. They had the bulb. I don't know how come, where the generator was, or maybe there was a line going through a local supply line, a civilian supply, whatever it was. They had electricity, so there was a bulb in there, so you could see what was going on in the tent. And I was sitting on a little stool outside with I don't know what kind of machine gun. It was a machine gun I had in my lap. I don't know whether it was what they call a Tommy gun, Thompson machine gun, or what. All I knew is it was a machine gun, and it had bullets, and I could shoot it. So I sat there, and I remember a fellow came out of the tent. He was a young Chinese. He was, I remember he was bare to the waist, and he was smiling, and I put up my gun, and he said, I don't know how he convinced me he had to take a leak. And so he did it. And I remember I held the gun on him, and to think that I would have shot if he had run. I don't know if I could have shot or not, but that's what I intended to do. That's what I was supposed to do if he ran away. Wow. But he didn't run away. But later that night, during my tour of duty on during my watch there, somebody said, Edelberg, and touched me gently on the shoulder, and I looked up and I said, yes. I tried to pull off the fact that, oh yes, I was awake the whole time, but actually I was sleeping, I was asleep, and it was in a war zone, and don't let this ever get out to the government, or they'll come and get me. That's a capital offense to fall asleep at your watch. And
oh boy.
So
well,
that's it.